England and West Brom goalkeeper Ben Foster believes taking part in Cure Leukaemia's London to Paris bike ride last summer helped his recovery from a serious knee injury. The 33-year-old rode 500 kilometres from Greenwich to Paris and raised over £10,000 for the blood cancer charity after West Brom's Director of Performance Mark Gillett gave him permission to take part.
It's quite a long period of it, particularly over the summer when no players are here. It can be very, very boring, and it's quite important to keep players motivated, give them targets. And the ride came at a perfect time, was a perfect target for him, and we knew that would be something that he'd enjoy and benefit from. It means that he's not looking at the four walls of the gym, he's out there looking at different countryside, mixing with different people, enjoying that sort of competitive element as well, so that's a really natural competitive element, which is a really big advantage of undertaking a challenge like that, and Ben's a competitive guy. We knew that it would be something he'd enjoy.
It came up that maybe there was a chance of doing the bike ride, and like Doc says, I'm a very keen cyclist anyway. So it was a great opportunity for me. It was something. It was a bit of a challenge. I'd never really ridden that far on my bike and that many consecutive days like it was. But once we got out there on the course with the guys and everybody else that was doing it, it was absolutely fantastic. I couldn't rave about it enough of how much a good time I had, how much kind of camaraderie there was between everybody. It was just a pleasure to do, a pleasure to be a part of, and at the end of the day, we were doing it all for a good cause as well.
Obviously, we have to build up the leg muscles, and cycling uses muscles at the front and the back, so the quads and the hamstrings really nicely. Gets a good movement in his knee, gives him a good cardiovascular stimulus, so it ticked all the boxes really, particularly at that stage of his programme. So it's something we'd really recommend.
The main worry was whether I could do 500 kilometres in 4 days and how sore my bum was going to get. That was honestly, that was the main worry. But no, it's a safe ride. Everything's catered for. There's stops along the way, so every day that there's going to be 2, 3, 4 stops. Every time you get to a stop, there's massage beds set up. Everything's looked after. There's all you can rehydrate, get some food on board, fill your bottles up again, and get good to go again. So everything was so safe. Roads were closed for us, and as well it was incredible. You're riding through the countryside in France, and you've got rolling police roadblocks closing off every roundabout for you, every road, and it literally couldn't have been safer and couldn't have been more well organised.
Alongside over 200 fellow cyclists, Ben arrived at the finish in the shadow of the Eiffel Tower and recalls what an emotional experience it was.
It was fantastic, super emotional. I had my wife actually; she was waiting on the finish line for me, which was again a very emotional thing. When you're part of a 200-strong crew that's been riding for 4 days non-stop, pretty much, it's super emotional when you finally get to cross that line. And some of the people that were doing it as well, they'd beat cancer. They're in remission, and they're doing it for family members who had done it as well. It's inevitable. It's going to be, very emotional. There was a 75-odd-year-old bloke doing it. He was absolutely amazing. There was a guy doing it on a mountain bike. There's young girls doing it. There's young lads doing it. There's a complete mix of people. It really does cater for all kind of abilities, all ages, all standards. So yeah, just get involved and do it, because you can do it. It was an incredible experience I'll never forget, and if anybody ever asks me about if I enjoyed it, if I do it again, if they should do it, I always say to them, do it. You'll never ever forget it. It was brilliant.